Oil prices push above $45 per barrel as U.S. drillers cut the number of operating rigs for the third straight week. Phil Flynn standing by at the CME as oil prices look like they're on pace for another gain today. Phil.
They do, and they're starting off exciting, Sandra. And you're right. The rig count is a big part of the story. You know, that kind of got washed away in some of the post-Fed weakness in the market. But today it is topic number one for oil traders. You know, we also got a report from the Energy Information Administration that said U.S. oil production is going to crater. That's right, crater. We're going to drop by 400,000 barrels. We haven't seen that much of a cutback in oil production in this country since 1989. So today, it's about the supply side. Now, obviously, the bigger macroeconomic picture is the other story when it comes to oil. And when we're worried about the stock market and weakness in the global economy, oil prices don't do well. But if you have production cuts and you have better than expected demand, that's when prices can exceed expectations, and that's why we're up today.
So as we watch these oil prices, by the way, $45 a barrel. Okay, so we just when we drop below $40, Phil, we had Goldman Sachs jump in and say prices are going to 20, right? Yeah. And here we are, we're heading back up.
Exactly.
I know you closely watch things like the Commitment of Traders report. Where does the trend look like it is? I mean, what changes are you seeing as far as holdings are concerned institutionally?
Well, we're seeing the shorts cover, you know, and basically they're getting out of their position. In fact, we've seen the most bullish position by the hedge funds that we've seen in a couple of months. So they're leaning more, at least not so much to the short side, but more to the long side. But I think what's more important about, you know, when we get these calls like Goldman Sachs, where were they a year ago? You know, when the supplies were building, you know, they were calling for $108 a barrel. And now what's amazing to me, we get all these ultra bearish calls, you know, after the market has had one of the biggest collapses in history. I think they're behind the curve.
Yeah, where were they a year ago? Talking their own book then, too, as well, right, Phil Flynn? Okay, Phil, thank you, and
well,
good
I don't
morning.
know what their book is.
We're gonna see you a whole lot more coming up.